afternoon and welcome to the Hamilton County Coaches Show, basketball coaches this time around. I'm Brad Silver. We are joined this afternoon by Hamilton Southeastern Lady Royals head coach Chris Huppenthal. Coach, season just about over, one regular season game left. That will be tonight against Pike, but you come here at the end of the season with a 15-6 record. Let's just kind of let's just take a look back at the season and talk about your season this year.
Well, as you can see, you got the schedule right there. We got off to a good start and then had a couple losses back-to-back against Brownsburg and Carmel, and then we were rolling again, and we had some injuries, some illnesses and things, and we lost 4 of our last 6 games. Or is it 3 out of the last 5? We lost, 4 of the last 6. We lost 4 of the last 6 games, but the game against Zionsville, our last one, was a great one for our kids. We were down 8 late in the 4th quarter. Our kids battled back, kept battling back, and pushed it to overtime. In overtime, we were able to sneak out a 6-point win.
Let's talk about the conference now. There is still a chance that you could either tie or win the conference with a little bit of luck, but Brownsburg would appear to be pretty much in the driver's seat.
Well, they control their own destiny, and as I told the kids, the worst thing about all of this is we have no control of it. But we put ourselves in that situation. We went to Brownsburg, and I got to give Brownsburg a lot of credit. They played really well. We did not play well when we went there. Right now, that's our only one issue. We got to sit around. We got to wait for Zionsville to see if they can go ahead and knock off Brownsburg and give us at least a share of the conference. But we put ourselves in that position, and it's not something you ever want to do when you have the opportunity to take care of your opportunities and don't leave it in somebody else's hands. Unfortunately, we did that, and we got to sit and wait right now.
Specifically on your team this year, let's talk about the offensive side of the game, and what have you seen this year? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What needs to be improved?
Well, I thought we were playing pretty well before Sydney Parrish got hurt. Maya Hamilton was sick, and things had kind of bogged down there towards the end of the season. But I like the way we're moving the basketball. When we get the basketball inside, when Maya Hamilton gets touches, good things happen one way or another. Point guard Malia Jackson has had a great season. Taya Urban has come on as of late. She's hit some big threes in some games for us. And Malia Jackson is really, Molly Walton has done a very good job at another guard spot. And Molly's struggled a little bit as of late, but if we can get Molly Walton, get her going scoring a little bit more, it just makes us all that much more dangerous. And Shelby Ford and Jackie Malucci have been coming off the bench for us, and at times they add some scoring punch to our offense, and it's good when you can have some kids come off and provide you some offensive threat.
It almost seems from an observer standpoint, like with your team this year, that the kids have all got their role, and each one of them's got a little bit different role, but they seem to fit in and work together fairly well.
Well, when you first look at our team, obviously Sydney's going to get a lot of notoriety. She's going to get a lot of attention. But I think one of the places where we've grown is Taya Urban is one of the best defenders I've coached. And I told Taya after the Zionsville game, I want to keep that game for a long time because she put it on a clinic on the defensive end of the floor. Molly Walton does a little bit of everything for us. But she is, you go back and you start looking at the stats, and there's a lot of games she's our leader in assists, she's our leader in rebounds, she's our leader in steals. She doesn't get a lot of the attention because she doesn't score as much, but all she does is fill up the stat count. And then Malia Jackson, again on the offensive end, she's kind of directing the ship as our point guard, and has done a pretty good job because it's her first year as a point guard. When Bree Lloyd left, we were challenged with trying to replace that position. I think Malia's done a pretty good job for us scoring. I'd like to see her distribute the basketball a little bit more, get her assist count up. But again, it's a new position for her. I think she's learning it, and I think she's embracing it, and I think she's done a pretty good job with it.
In looking at your schedule this year, we have 2 teams in the HSE that are ranked, and you came up against, will come up against a total of 5 other ranked teams. Talk a little bit about your schedule. It's kind of brutal.
Well, it's difficult. You talk about the Pike game tonight. Tonight will be the 3rd time we get to face #1 in the season. We faced #1 Carmel early in the season. We faced #1 North Central at Christmas, and now we get #1 Pike. So it's not an easy schedule, but I also think when our kids are able to go through those battles and those tough situations, it's going to help us for the tournament. What we were able to pull off the other night, I think gives our kids the belief that they know that, you know, no matter where they're at in a basketball game, that they have enough to go ahead and pull themselves through. We talk to our kids about going through difficult things and being in tough situations, and it really is about how we're going to handle it and not letting anybody else dictate what's going to happen. So I think that schedule is only going to help us out hopefully next week. And tonight with Pike, you know, it's going to be a tall order to go ahead and beat the #1 team in the state. But again, I think with our kids' mindset right now and where we're at mentally, I think we've got a good chance.
In that game the other night against Zionsville, I saw a quote in the paper on Saturday from you that you, when you called one of the timeouts there toward the end of the game, when the team was still down, I can remember 6 or 8, and you had some words for the kids. Do you remember what those words were?
Well, we just tried to encourage the kids and let them know, hey, we're going to win this game, and just keep getting them to move forward. Just keep them to have the belief that they can do it. And you could see when we were down 27-39 at the time, Zionsville was on a 13-0 run. You know, we had scored the next 2 points, and then they came back. They put it back to 39-31. And then from there, our kids just kept chipping away, and before you know it, Sydney Parrish hits a 3 with about 1:10 left, and then Taya Irvin and Malia Jackson are sprinting after a girl down the floor, and Malia tips the ball, and Taya's diving on the floor for it, gives it to Maya Hamilton. We get it to the other end, and Taya Irvin does a reverse layup, ball lays up on the rim, and finally falls in. Because we've had some that haven't fallen in this year. But then when we go to the other end, you could just see confidence in our kids when we tied that game up at 42. You could just see it just grow. And when we got to overtime, you know, I told our kids, you know, there's times in your career as a coach when your kids walk on the floor, you know a butt whipping is about ready to take place. When our kids walked out on that floor in overtime, I knew there was no doubt Zionsville didn't have a chance. With our kids were so excited, so emotional, and they knew. And as I tried to explain it, if they could bottle what they went through in that last 3.5, 4 minutes and what they did in overtime, they got a lot of good things ahead of them.
I thought one of the other aspects that helped both teams Friday night is the Royal Den was full. The gym was pretty well full. Very enthusiastic crowd.
Yeah, and for our kids to get playing in front of that kind of atmosphere is awesome. I was so happy for our kids. And first that they won the game, but then again, in front of a crowd like that, that's pretty special. And you don't always get that in girls basketball. But when you do, take advantage of it. You know, I tried to say last year when we lost to Carmel here in the sectional, sound had feeling to it. I mean, there was so much noise in that gym. And it was kind of the same way Friday night. The sound and the noise had feel to it. I mean, you could just feel the energy in that gym.
Let's just look ahead a week or so and talk just a little bit about the sectional coming up at Fishers.
You know, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I learned one thing through the playoffs here. I'm not looking anywhere past Westfield and Fishers. You know, again, as a Steelers fan, they were talking about playing New England and everything. Well, they went and sat home, and Jacksonville got playing. We're not going to do that. I told our kids, we're going to focus on tonight, and when tonight's over, we're going to focus on Westfield and Fishers. Whatever happens, we'll take care of it the rest of the way. You know, a lot of people will probably be asking me about Carmel. I know nothing about it. I'll worry about Carmel when I have to worry about it. As we get to this point of the year, and again, our kids will hear this, you only have to win one game. You have to win the next one. And then after we win that one, we'll talk about the next one.
That's Coach Chris Huppenthal, head coach of Lady Royals. Coach, thank you very much for spending some time with us. We appreciate your time, and good luck against the Red Devils, and good luck in the sectional this year.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Hamilton County Coaches Show, I'm Brad Silbert. Good day.